This is TradeFlow News, bringing you relevant news and insights from around the world. TradeFlow News, enabling trade for SMEs and economies worldwide.
These are some of the key topics that we will be looking into in today's program.
First, let's take a look at the overnight headlines which are impacting the commodity markets.
Qatar Energy is in talks with Kuwait Petroleum Corporation, KPC, for a new long-term supply of liquefied natural gas, LNG, to help meet rising demand for power generation in the Gulf Arab state, 5 trading and industry sources told Reuters. The deal would see Qatar providing Kuwait with 3 million metric tons per annum, MTPA, of the seaborne fuel over 15 years from its North Field project, which is expected to commence operation in 2026, 4 of the sources said. Kuwait, an OPEC member and a major oil producer, has been boosting its reliance on imported gas to meet power demand, especially in summer when consumption by air conditioning systems rises sharply. But it is also focusing on ramping up gas production as part of its 2040 growth strategy.
Oil prices slipped on Wednesday on estimates showing swelling U.S. crude inventories and expectations that tensions in the Middle East were easing following a tour of the region by mediators. Brent crude futures fell 11 cents, or 0.1%, to $77.09 a barrel by 0630 GMT. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude dipped 14 cents, or 0.2%, to $73.03. U.S. crude oil stocks were seen rising last week by 347,000 barrels, according to market sources citing American Petroleum Institute figures on Tuesday. Gasoline and distillate stocks, however, fell by 1.043 million barrels and 2.247 million barrels respectively, according to the sources.
Moving on to the top news in the energy sector.
The United States' third most populous state has the country's dirtiest major power system, and looks set to become a standout by remaining highly dependent on fossil fuels even as the rest of the nation transitions power systems towards cleaner energy. Fossil fuels generated over 80% of Florida's electricity supply since the beginning of June, according to LSEG data. That was the highest fossil-fired power share in over 3 years for the summer period, and compares to 62.4% for the national average, 62% for the power system of Texas, and 72% for the main power system covering the southeast region.
China's electricity consumption smashed the previous record in July as a prolonged heatwave settled over major load centers, especially in the Yangtze Delta, driving an enormous increase in air conditioning and refrigeration. Unprecedented load was met by record output from hydro and solar, ensuring coal-fired generation fell slightly compared with the same period a year earlier, showcasing the rapid transformation of the system. Total generation increased to a record 883 billion kilowatt-hours, kWh, in July from 846 billion kilowatt-hours in the same month in 2023 and 806 billion kilowatt-hours in 2022, according to the National Bureau of Statistics. Next, we have the top news in metal markets. Gold prices were trading below record high levels on Wednesday after a rally fueled by Western fund inflows and U.S. rate cut optimism, as investors braced for minutes of the Federal Reserve's latest meeting for clarity on the depth of cuts. Spot gold was unchanged at $2,514.03 per ounce as of 0710 GMT, after hitting an all-time high of $2,531.60 on Tuesday. U.S. gold futures rose 0.1% to $2,551.80. Gold has gained nearly $470 or 22% so far this year, with geopolitical tensions, uncertainty created by the upcoming U.S. presidential elections and prospective rate cuts set to help power the precious metal to even loftier levels.
China has set its second batch of 2024 rare earths mining output quota at 135,000 metric tons, the country's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology said on Tuesday. The volume, representing a year-on-year rise of 12.5%, brought the total so far this year to 270,000 tons, an increase of 5.9% compared with the total in 2023 when 3 batches of quotas were issued. An official from the state backed the Association of China Rare Earth Industry forecast in late May the 2024 total mining output quota at 270,000 tons.
We will now look at the top news in the agricultural sector.
China's wheat buying spree is likely to slow in the second half of 2024 as higher domestic output and declining flour consumption reduce import demand in the world's biggest consumer of the grain. China has made record wheat purchases in recent years, and a reduction in buying is expected to put additional pressure on global prices, which are trading close to their lowest in 4 years amid plentiful supply, traders and analysts said. Estimates for China's July to December wheat imports range between 2 million and 4 million tons, according to a survey of 1 China-based and 2 Singapore-based grains traders, down from 4.09 million tons shipped in the second half of 2023.
That is all for today's news on commodity markets. Stay tuned to TradeFlow News as we continue to provide you with more updates. We also invite you to follow us on Twitter at TradeFlow News, which allows you to watch our program on your mobile device or desktop to receive information from there.